At Make Mothers Matter, everything begins with one powerful step: listening to mothers. We collect stories, experiences, and data because real change starts with real voices. We turn voices into evidence and evidence into insights. Then we bring these insights where decisions are made: European institutions, the UN, the UNESCO, and beyond. We collaborate with researchers and partners to amplify our impact. We campaign, we mobilize. From petitions to global awareness, we speak up and we see impact. Change happens because mothers matter.
Thank you so much. And now we turn for an analysis, I'm hoping, because I'm going to question you on that, an analysis of the gaps, but also the opportunities. So are there things that need to be done, and what can be done in relation particularly to maternal mental health? And given that you're a perinatal psychiatrist, particularly in those very early, that very early period that we were talking about. So Ibone, I'll hand over to you.
Okay, hello everyone. Thank you so much. I'm so delighted to be here today because I come from a group of mothers in Spain that started El Parto Nuestro more than 20 years ago to eradicate obstetric violence. So I'm very happy that Make Mothers Matter, I love your name, brought mothers' voices here. And yes, I'm a perinatal psychiatrist, an infant psychiatrist, and there have been many things said already. But to summarize, there's been amazing research the past years regarding the maternal brain, the neurobiology of childbirth, breastfeeding, and the results of all this research are beautiful. Basically, continue what Chiara was saying, now we know that all of us, all human beings are born in love. We're all born in love with our mothers. And it's very important to think of what newborns, infants, babies need. They need to be close to their mothers. They prefer to be in intimacy, close skin to skin. They like to be breastfed. And infants and babies mostly need their mothers to be well because they love them. And if their mothers are not well, the babies suffer. And pregnancy, someone was asking, brings an amazing transformation of our bodies and also of our brains. And now we know this is called matrescence, this brain transformation during pregnancy. It's actually an improvement. It's an improvement of our brains that are wired to put empathy and mentalization at front. So mothers are wired to put their children's priorities first, always. And that's the reality we have to think. Because this matrescence brings also a vulnerability. Why? Because our societies put mothers in an impossible dilemma. Society puts pressure and stress on women, asking them many times to do the very opposite of this biological programming. So we have to recognize this reality because we have to support women so they can be the mothers they want to be. And the numbers are really worrying, and this inform from Make Mothers Matter is very important for that reason. We know that at least 1 in 5 women will suffer a perinatal mental disorder, and 7 in 10 will hide their symptoms because of fear of being judged or criticized as not being good enough mothers. And this depression and this anxiety from pregnancy can cause obstetrical complications. Okay, so it's all together. It's time to put together physical and mental health. Pregnancy is a precious time. It comes with a specific psychological process, with psychic transparency, with ambivalence, and it's important to let pregnant women enjoy and reflect and have time to think. Pregnancy is an amazing time. If we work with the mothers and the families and the fathers, it's the best time to stop and break the vicious circle of mistreatment, of infant mistreatment. So these are critical times. 1 in 4 or 5 pregnancies end up in miscarriage or stillbirth. And it's important to name and see also the pain of these mothers that many times goes unseen. And obstetric violence leaves many mothers traumatized. We just finished a European cost action, and we found that 1 in 3 mothers in the European Union come out of birth with some type of PTSD symptom many times because of mistreatment. This needs to change. This trauma affects the infants, the partners, and the families. Having a premature or a sick infant increases this stress. And unfortunately, most hospitals still do not apply optimal family-centered models of care. And most mothers want to breastfeed, but many of them have very poor, bad advice. And this is very much influenced by the formula industry that still makes a big business out of this frustration. So this has to be tackled. No wonder mothers are stressed. So what can we do? The first thing I think is understand this is a human rights issue, as you said. We have to ensure respectful maternity care. We have to eradicate mistreatment and obstetric violence, and we have to provide a care that gives mental health the same considerations as physical health. We need to be very creative, and we need to offer this respectful, compassionate care, starting by the most vulnerable diets, the migrant, the refugee women, those living in poverty, the mothers of sick infant, single moms, teenage mothers, those who struggle with mental health problems. We need to train mental health professionals, but also all maternity professionals and all society to make sure all these women will get the proper care. Perinatal mental illness is the leading cause of late maternal death. Suicide is a common cause of death for mothers. And we have to make sure all the women who have these complex and severe mental health issues get the care they deserve. And for that, we have to develop specialized perinatal mental health programs at all levels. And that includes opening mother-baby units in all European countries, so the mothers who need an inpatient treatment can benefit from it without being separated from their infants. We have to support motherhood from conception. And I'd like us to think about all those young women who want to be mothers, and they give it up because the scarcity of resources, because they feel it's impossible to be mother nowadays, being 20 or 25. So we need to support them, and we have to make facilities, educational, universities, child-friendly. So young women who wish to become mothers can also follow their studies. We have to improve breastfeeding support. We have to make the infant code mandatory. We have to develop policies, and we have to welcome breastfeeding moms and children everywhere, and also make sure that they can return to work and lactate as long as they wish. It's a private decision, but we need to support them. And we have to make sure that fathers understand their crucial role supporting breastfeeding, because they are the key issue many times, and men need to understand how important this is. We have to not to forget the mothers who are grieving their stillborn babies, and we have to make sure we promote trauma-informed guidelines for perinatal care that include perinatal loss, and we have to abolish surrogacy and all forms of reproductive exploitation. So basically, I'm going to end. We have to promote the most compassionate, exquisite, delicate care to all mothers, prioritizing the vulnerable ones. So to make this love story between newborns and mothers happen, grow and span through our entire lives and societies.
Ibone, thank you. Thank you so much, all three of you, for those rich perspectives.
From all at the bottom of our heart, from all the teams of MMM, which I thank for the hard work into this event. I thank you all, and let's go to work to change things. Thank you.